Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hello, how are you all? Hope you are doing fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NFS Home School, and I am Ariful Islam, Assistant Teacher of English, National English Medium School Morning Shift. Today I am going to take an English second paper class for class 6 students. Our today's topic, write from verbs, exercise 1 and 2. So let's see. Our today's class 6, subject English second paper. Topic, write from verbs, exercise 1 and 2. Term manual, lecture 10, SW9, and teacher Ariful Islam. This is my messenger ID and this is my mobile number. So let's start the class, but before start the class, we have to remember some rules to remember. Remember we read about 37 rules. But when we will do the passages, write from verbs within the passages, we do not need to learn all the rules. We do not need to remember all the rules. If you remember 8 or 10 rules, it will be enough for you. Okay? So, rules to remember: number 1, one day, long ago, once upon a time, last night, last month, past indefinite tense. So, if a sentence starts with one day, long ago, once upon a time, last night, last month, this will be past indefinite tense. You know that. Very simple. Number 2, he, she, it, name 1. Third person singular number, is or is after the verb. So, we know if the subject is third person singular number, and third person singular number means I say only one thing. So, we will add is or is after the verb. Number 3, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, used to. After these verbs, we will always use the base form of verb. Okay, what is the base form of verb? If I say he can sing, so base form or present form of verb, this is the same thing. So after auxiliary, modal auxiliary verb, we will use the base form of verb. Number 4, after to, verb always will be in present form or base form. If I say I want to go, so after to, verb always will be base form. Number 5, but if these two phrases come in order to with a view to. You know, after to we will use the base form of the verb, but if these two phrases come in order to with a view to, we will have to ing of the verb. Okay, if I say I read book with a view to learning knowledge, okay, gaining knowledge. Okay, so after in order to with a view to, we will add ing of the verb. Number 6, preposition plus verb plus ing. If after preposition any verb come, we will use ing of the verb. Okay, only exception is the to. After to, we will use base form of the verb, and all the prepositions, after all the prepositions, we have to use ing of the verb. Number 7, to verb comes ing on of the verb. Okay, this on is very important. I saw her work. Saw is a verb, so in a simple sentence we have to put only on verb. So on is saw is verb. If another verb comes, we have to put ing of the verb. Okay. Passive form of the verb, very very important. This rule is very very important, and a lot of students, the number of students make mistakes in this rule. So how we can understand this is passive voice form? We have to form the passive form of the verb. So look at the sentence. An honest man respect everywhere. There is no by here. Okay, but you have to understand how. Look, an honest man respect. So who respect an honest man? An honest man. Does the verb work done by the subject? If I say rise, eat. So the function of this verb is doing this subject. Does rise eats? No. So this verb's action doesn't do the subject. So this will be passive form. So we will have to give rise is eaten. So who will respect an honest man? The people. So an honest man will not respect. Okay. That's why we have to give an honest man is respected. Is respected. We have to form the passive voice. If the subject, if the verb's work function doesn't do the subject, we have to give passive voice. We have to put passive voices. Book read by me. Who will read the book? Does book read the book? No. So you have to give passive voice. A book is read by me. If I say he reads the book, so reads, work done by the he. Okay. This 8 rules is very important. Okay. Let's go to the exercise 1. Fill in the blanks with the right form of verbs in the bracket. A mobile phone. B, a great invention of modern science. So B means, am, is, are, was, were. Okay, am, is, are, was, were. So a mobile phone. How many mobile phone? A mobile phone. So verb will be is. So we will write is in the answer. So a mobile phone is a great invention of modern science. It dash call so because a user can carry it easily. Now look, who called it? Does it call it? It cannot call. Who called it the invention of modern science, a great invention? The people call. It doesn't call. So the function of this verb doesn't do the subject. That's why we have to put here the passive voice. So it is called. That's why it will be it is called. So it is called so because a user can carry it easily. It has dash make our life easy and comfortable. So after have or has, we put past participle of main verb in present perfect tense. This is very easy. So make will be made because this is present perfect tense. Students dash a lot of benefit, get in the bracket a lot of benefit from it. So students, subject is singular or plural? Plural. So in present indefinite tense, if subject is plural, we don't put as or es after the verb. So students, as subject is plural, we will add only get, not gets. Okay, very simple. A lot of benefit from it. The number of consumers of mobile phone is dash day by day. Remember very carefully, I told you the right forms of verb classes. If a sentence has now, at this moment, at present, day by day, this sentence will be present continuous tense. So there is day by day in this sentence. So we have to make present continuous tense to this sentence. So the number of consumers of mobile phone is increasing. Number E will be increasing. INC or ES, INC. After am is there, we have to put ing of the verb, increasing. But it dash bracket have some negative aspects too. So after it, what we use? Have or has. If the subject is third person singular number, we always use has, not have. Okay? Negative aspects too. Sometimes it is dash in criminal activities. So look, who is this function of the verb doesn't do the subject. It is used in the criminal activities. The criminals, the terrorists used it. That's why we have to put it passive voice. That's why we have to do it used. It is used in criminal activities. It dash some health hazardous as well. So this is present indefinite tense. Subject third person. We have to as or yes after the main verb. Okay. So this one is finished. Let's go to number 2. The history of newspaper dash back to long past. The long past is not the past indefinite tense marker. Okay. So this is present indefinite tense. The history, subject is the history. If there is of in a sentence, listen very carefully. If there is of in a sentence, before of, this is the subject. the history of newspaper, we have to put it as subject is present indefinite tense. We have to add is or is after the verb. Goes back to long past. It dash first published in China. So B means or was where. So the newspaper was published in China a long time ago. This is past indefinite tense. So you have to put it was here. Okay, was published in China. In Europe, Venice was the first to dash a newspaper. So we learn after to, verb always will be in base form, present form. After to, so the answer will be publish. To publish a newspaper. Now every country dash hundreds of newspapers. Every country. So if a sentence starts with is every one of the verb always will be in singular form. So now every country there will be has here. If the singular verb here, we have to put a singular subject here, we have to put singular verb. So has hundreds of newspaper. It dash us the news of the world. So here it is the newspaper, okay? So it dash us to the news of the world. This is present indefinite tense. It third person singular number. So we have to add is or is after the verb. So it brings us the news of the world. Next, it consider in passive. A storehouse of knowledge. Okay, let's tell me who call it, who consider it. The storehouse of knowledge, the people, not it. So the function of this verb doesn't do the subject. We have to put in passive voice. So it is considered. Okay, it is considered. This one is very important. It is considered a storehouse of knowledge. The gov dash circulate their plan and policy through it. So the gov third person singular number, we have to add is or yes after the verb. Circulates their plan and policy through it. People dash ventilate their grievance through it. So people, there are some words, people, police, public, audience. Always these words are plural. So we have to add, we do not add is or is after the verb as subject is plural. So answer will be ventilate. Okay, let's go to the homework. Homework 9, submit on Sunday. I'm not pointing so that you can watch the video very carefully. Okay, so fill in the gaps with right form verbs in the brackets. Question Z has special instruction in the brackets for the use of verbs. Number, a teacher A, in the bracket B, an architect of a nation. He, number B, play an important role in, number C, in the bracket, build an educated nation. He, number D, dispel the darkness of ignorance from the lot of a nation. While number E, in the bracket, speak in the class, he has to suit his act according to the need of his students. He is able to dash, in the bracket, hold the attention of the students. He, number G, sit in the negative, motionless before his class. He usually, number A, in the bracket, make his lessons interesting. Number 4, all the students are not brilliant. They all have in the negative the same abilities equally. So they, number B, differ from one another in qualities. Though they all are not brilliant, they can, number C, try, in the bracket, to become good students. In order to be good students, you, number D, know, in the bracket, the life stories of good students. You should know how they, number E, study expressing habit, in the bracket, to build up a bright career in spite of being less meritorious. You must know the secret of success. The secret of success is to dash, in the bracket, read regularly and dash, act on the advice of your teachers. Regularity and obedience to parents can dash, in the bracket, make you are good students. I'm reading again for the last time. A teacher, number A, B, an architect of a nation. He, number B, in the bracket, play an important role in, number C, build, in the bracket, of an educated nation. He, number D, dispel, in the bracket, the darkness of ignorance from the lot of a nation. While number E, speak, in the bracket, in the class, he has to suit his act according to the need of his students. He is able to dash F, number F, bracket hold the attention of the students. He, number G, sit in the negative in the bracket motionless before his class. He usually dash make his lessons interesting. Number 4, all students are not brilliant. They all, number A, have in the negative in the bracket the same abilities equally. So they, number B, differ in the brackets from one another in qualities. Though they all are not brilliant, they can in the C in the bracket try to become good students. In order to be good students, you, D in the bracket, know the life stories of good students. You should know how they start expressing habit to build up a bright career in spite of being less meritorious. You must know the secret of success. The secret of success is to dash, number F, read regularly and dash act in the bracket on the advice of your teachers. Regularity and obedience to parents can dash you a good student. So that's all for today, my dear students. So do your SW at home and submit on Sunday within 8 am to 4 p.m. in the school library. You will also collect those copies on Sunday within 8 am to 4 p.m. in the school library. You know your SW is very important because we are giving SBS City and Diary mark on the basis of the submission of your SW copies, and we are giving 2.5 mark each of your SW copies. That's all for today. Keep practicing at home. About your parents. Stay safe, stay well. See you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.